morning, everyone. It's 7:20 a.m. on Outback News Radio, and what a gorgeous day we have ahead. The weather's looking good, with just a hint of cloud cover expected around noon. But watch out for potential sandstorms later today, stirred up by those strong desert winds. A heads up for drivers near Mala, keep an eye out for roadworks, and maybe add a few extra minutes to your travel time. And here's some great news. The Big Mine project is wrapping up, with the last cargo shipment heading out this week. A fantastic milestone for our community. Now, let's get your day started with some feel-good tunes that'll keep you company all the way. Have a wonderful morning.
So this is Truck World Australia demo. So far this is only on PC right now, but this is going to be coming to console at some point. And I'm here to just kind of walk through the demo and just talk about what I think about this game and what I think it means for console. Now, we're taking a first look at the truck. It's a pretty generic truck. There are no name brand trucks in this game. This does look like a possibly like a Kenworth Peterbilt type of situation. As you can see, the cargo is pretty highly detailed. You know, I think this game could be the best trucking game on console. I'm not going to commit to that yet because, you know, we've all seen games in this state that seem good and there's a lot of promises, and then those promises never come to fruition, and then we're left with a game that is underdeveloped and just sucks. So it's a very thin ice kind of territory. So as you can see, there's a lot of interactable stuff on here. You know, we can put down the supports on the trailer and stuff like that. So I like that. That's pretty cool. All pretty good features. So this is not going to be an ATS or ETS2 killer, but this does have some features that game doesn't have that we will be discussing. So this is the interior of the truck. It doesn't look too bad. Again, pretty generic looking in the graphics department. I think it looks better than Alaskan Road Truckers, if I'm being honest with you guys. Again, not up to the level of an ATS or ETS2, so just keep that in mind. There are some interactable things in here, like the CB radio, which you can use that to get out of sticky situations and refuel and stuff like that. And also, right down here, we can do the brakes. There's no way to roll down the window or anything like that, and there is the door handle. So let's get in and let's start this baby up and start to drive. So the one thing I will say is that the shifting feels pretty good. The first couple gears you shift through pretty fast, which is normal. That's what you would expect in a semi like this.
Morning, base.
Now,
this is
when we get to
Iron
the
already on
open
the
road
road.
here.
A few minutes into the
So
drive.
you guys see what
Over.
we're towing. We have a pretty heavy load.
Copy that,
And
roads are clear ahead.
in my
Keep an eye
opinion,
on the weather and
I
drive
feel
safe.
like
Over.
the acceleration
Understood,
is
base.
too
I'll
fast.
keep you updated if anything
I
changes.
will
Over
say,
and out.
once you get up past like 4th or 5th gear, you start slowing down with shifting. I love that. That's good. That's how it should be. But I still feel like the acceleration in this game is too fast, and it doesn't feel like there's any weight. It doesn't feel like I'm pulling any weight, and that's not a good thing. Now, I should point out, nowhere in this game does it say it's a simulator. It's called Truck World Australia. It doesn't say it's a driving simulator or a trucking simulator. It's a game. Okay, so we're not gonna give it the stress of saying it's a simulator when that is not even in the title. Okay, so let's kind of move on from there.
We've got reports of a tipped-over truck up ahead. It's blocking the road and traffic is backing up. If you're up for it, can you use your rig to tow those double trailers out of the way? You can drive around the traffic jam using a muddy bypass on the left side. Just a suggestion. Although helping might delay your delivery to the mine, your call. Over.
Okay, so now a little prompt comes up where we can accept this, and it's on a timer. So if we let the timer run out, we won't accept it, and we'll go around. In this particular case, I decided to
All right,
accept
give it a go. A trailer on the side, I'll get back to you once I've hooked up with the doubles. Over.
Good on you, Iron Roo. Head to the side of the road and leave your trailer there for now. You're hitched up to the double. Let's get that road open again. Over.
Roger that. I'll drop my load and head over. I'll keep you posted. Iron Roo out.
Okay, so this is a very unique aspect of the game. I just wanted you guys to hear the voiceover there. So as we go out of the truck here, we will see that we will get into some mud, and there is some ground deformation. Nowhere near as intricate, I guess, as SnowRunner or Roadcraft, but it's there, and I commend the developers for adding this into the game. Now, my question is, how much of this is in the actual game? Are there a lot of things like this going on? Are there a lot of like predetermined scenarios that we're going to come across playing the game? Because honestly, I'm all for that. I think this is a very fun and unique aspect of the game. This is something that American Truck Simulator and ETS2 is missing, but not missing because those games are simulators, right? So this feels very predetermined. This is supposed to happen. You know what I mean? So I feel like if this is more of a kind of story-oriented game, I'm kind of all for it. So we will move along here, and we are going to get stuck right now. So we have an issue. Okay, so I do that. I call for help, and it just resets you back to the road. I'm fine with that. That seems pretty reasonable thing to do. So now we have to continue. We have to take our load and we have to drop it off over here because we need to go back and we need to clear that accident. So this is all really unique aspects of the game that I really enjoyed. I will say this, I had a lot of fun playing this game. I had much more fun playing this demo than I had playing Alaskan Road Truckers at all. Okay, so I can say that right from the get-go. The fun level is really high in this game. With that being said, there are some things about the map that I've seen people bring up, and they're correct. That right now the map looks very boring. All right, it is the Outback, so we have to keep that in mind. We will discuss the map a little bit later though. So now comes the part where we have to get out of the truck, we have to put down the supports, we have to disconnect the cables, and we have to uncouple from the fifth wheel. Now this here, I didn't realize it, but you have to actually press and hold the button to get it to disconnect. So there we go, we got that. There we go, now the trailer's all disconnected. We can hop back in the truck and continue back to the site of the accident. Alright, so now I will say I was using a wheel and controller conjunction. I was using my PS5 controller. PS5 controller worked beautifully. There were some things I had to map. Also, by the way, guys, this was a live stream. We did a live stream. We did this whole demo. We played it, and then after that, we got into some bus. So that's up on the channel. If you guys want to go watch this in all its glory and see the whole thing, feel free to do that. Okay, so now we have to hook up onto this double trailer here. So let's pull up and get into position. I will say, for as long as they've been developing this game, and again, this is just a demo, right? This is just a demo. I don't know how to feel about it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed my time in the demo. I think it was fun. I was also a playtester for the beta, and this is basically the same thing that I played in the playtest. They improved it immensely. It felt fantastic on my wheel. Again, I'm on a Fanatic CSL Elite, so an older Fanatic. Force feedback felt great. Everything worked great. I was able to bind all the controls. And this here I really like. When you back into it, you hear that kingpin engage with your fifth wheel. That is something that I will say is missing in ATS and ETS2. You don't hear that satisfying like click, that connect. And in real life, when you hook up to the Kingpin, those jaws lock automatically. So you do hear that and you feel that connect. Yeah, so this here, it would have been nice to maybe crank that. You know, have something that we could crank, like spin a analog stick or do something. Maybe rotate the mouse or something. I don't know. But all right, we got it all hooked up. Let's hop back in. And as you can see, these are 2 trailers full of stone. This is a heavy load. This is not a light load. And again, we're accelerating at the same rate as we did with our load. So, devs, if you're watching this, which I highly doubt you are, I'm a very small channel, but if there's any chance at all that a developer's watching this, this has to be changed. This has, like, and I get that you're not putting in. Oh wait a minute, let's hear her.
Sandstorm is brewing and heading toward the mine. You'll need to get that delivery done before it hits. Remember, sandstorms can cause mechanical problems, and road assistance won't be able to reach you. So get clear before it starts. Over.
Copy that, base. I'll push through and make sure it's done in time. Thanks for the heads up. Over.
Spoiler alert, we do not get there in time. But yeah, if you're like, I understand, I don't want to put the pressure of a simulator behind this, but really for a trucking game, you need to feel that weight. So you need to do something, a heavier load should feel heavier. The acceleration has to be tweaked per load, I feel. Or just feel, you know, not accelerate as fast. This isn't a car. This is a semi. They don't accelerate the same way as, you know, a regular standard passenger car truck would. Okay, so now what we have to do is we have to drop off both these trailers. So this, again, this is interesting. I love this. This is a very cool aspect of the game. So we could very easily, they could have very easily put in the game where we just disconnect the first trailer from the truck and we go about our way. But no, they want us to disconnect both trailers. So we're going to disconnect the back trailer from the dolly, and then we're going to need to park the first trailer and then disconnect that. So this is actually pretty cool. Like, I'm liking what they're doing with this. I hope there's a good balance of this in driving and jobs and stuff like that. And again, I don't know, because they haven't really talked about what this game entails, like 100%, I guess. So it's going to be very interesting to see what direction this game goes when it comes out. Because if there's a good balance of this in driving and some kind of story, and I love the fact that you're in touch with your dispatch and all that, it's absolutely fantastic. So again, we have to disconnect everything. We attach the main trailer. So now we have to go and we have to pick up
Base,
our load
this is Iron
that we had
Trailers
to
are parked at the Marla station and the
deliver
road
in
is
the
clear.
first place.
I'm heading back to pick up my load. Then I'll finish the delivery. Over.
Great job, Iron Roo. You've saved
I
the
will
day.
say the
Head
voice
back and grab your
acting,
trailer and
I
get back
enjoy.
on track to the mine.
I think they
Safe
did a really
travels.
good job with
Over and
voice
out.
acting in this game. Okay, so that is the fuel station over there, but that's not working right now. So now we're going to pick up our trailer. And head back out on the open road. Okay, so let's talk about the map. They have an FAQ in their Discord, and basically they said that the map will have many cities. It's going to have a lot of variations, but it's going to come later in the form of free updates. Okay, so yes, right now the map seems boring, but this part of the map that we're in, this is the Outback. Okay, so the Outback is boring. Now again, it completely depends on the devs. If the devs go ahead and do what they're planning, it sounds like this map is going to be very interesting. It's going to be very large. It is Australia. Okay, so they're going to have, I guess, real cities and towns and stuff like that. They said they're going to have a lot of cities. They're going to have a lot of variations in the map, but not right now. Right, not right in the beginning. Okay, and I know it's okay to be skeptical. I want you guys to be skeptical. You have every right to be. We all should be very skeptical about any of these games, right? Because let's face it, we've been burned so many times, right? We've been burned so many times with these games that it's hard to be positive, and I get that. And this is a game that I am going to watch like a hawk. I plan on getting this game as soon as it releases, though, to show you guys the finished product. And again, I maintain that if it continues in the direction it's going, and if they're really serious about bringing it to console, I think this is going to be an absolute gem on console. I feel like they should focus this on console more. That's just my own personal belief, because this is by no means a game that's going to really compete with ATS or ETS2 in the sim driving category. Alright, so now we move on to the next exciting, very interesting part of the gameplay. We are heading into the sandstorm, and we were supposed to get to where we were going before this hits, and we have still a very long way to go, apparently. I like this. I like this a lot, actually, this aspect of the game. And as we go, you're going to see that this this sandstorm is legit. Okay, like this gets super intense. I will also say in the audio that you're hearing, if you hear like these little like blips or things, so this footage was taken from my live stream. My speaking was left out of it, but for some reason it leaves in the little dings for chat and stuff, the little notifications for chat and stuff. So that's what you're hearing. So now, as you can see, it's getting intense. This dust storm is getting very intense. It's getting harder to see, and this storm is absolutely wild. I'm just going to leave you guys for a little bit just to watch this, just to see the storm, and yeah, just kind of see what the experience is like. So as you can see, this storm is pretty serious, and I think that this is going to be really fun on console. I'm just hoping and praying that this is the game. I really hope that they go through with all their plans. I hope that we see a lot of stuff on the map. I hope that they have big cities, and I hope they have varied terrain, and I hope that road trains are actual road trains, not just doubles or triples. Like, we need big road trains. We need real road trains. I hope the trucks are upgradable. I hope they're customizable. Yeah, there's a lot that I would like to see come to the game. But again, all I can do is say how the demo is. And again, the demo's on PC, so I can't even say how this game is going to be on PS5. The game ran all right. Again, it's a demo. It could have run a little better. Like, I had some FPS issues in some spots, but overall, it ran pretty good. And this is, again, like I said, just a demo, so I'm sure there'll be better optimization when the full release comes out. So again, I really feel like this could be the best trucking game on console when it comes out, but I really don't want to commit to anything because other games looked promising, and then when they came out, they were just absolutely not good. And, you know, I had no idea how this is going to translate to consoles, if I'm being honest. So, guys, my final verdict of this is that it's a fun game. If you're on PC, I would say get the demo. It's free. It's fun. It's a different experience than ATS. Like I said, again, if you're looking for a more sim experience, no, this isn't gonna cut it. This isn't what that is. But if you're looking for a fun factor of, you know, doing unique things, then I think you're gonna enjoy this game. Again, like I said, I really hope that we see more in the way of those little events. You know, like the truck broken down and we have to move the trailer and stuff. I think that will add a lot to the game. So I should say, we didn't make it to our destination. The demo ends pretty soon because the truck breaks down, and you can't get roadside service in the dust storm. So, all right, guys, that's where I'm going to end this one. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you're all having a fantastic day, and we will see you next time.